Daisy, this week, Adam Bandt has said that he wants to go into coalition with the Greens, and if they're going to win power. Now, Daisy, do you think that what Labour really needs is to do something that's going to make it even more associated with inner city Sydney and Melbourne and all the places where Greens voters hang out and knit their armpit hair and do everything else that we associate with them?
No. This would be a terrible move for Labour. A lot of no's, yeah. This would be a terrible move for Labour if they were to join forces with the Greens. I mean, I can understand, obviously, why Adam Bandt thinks this is a good idea, because it's literally the only chance the Greens would ever have to have any degree of sort of actual power in that way in Australia, you know, because thankfully most people are sensible enough not to vote for the Greens, certainly not enough to have them win outright. But for goodness sake, the reason that Labor lost the 2019 election, it wasn't necessarily because of Liberal and the Nationals' brilliance by any stretch of the imagination. It was because Bill Shorten turned Labor into a kind of Greens-lite, an iteration of the Greens. He was on about the identity politics and talking about a gender commission and, of course, climate change, because they seemed to base most of their policies and sloganeering on what was going on Twitter, which we now know was a huge mistake. So really, and the thing about Albanese, what I liked about him initially was he was trying very hard to drag the party back to the centre in order to get back those coal mining seats in Queensland, for instance. So this would be the worst possible thing that Labor could do, would be to join in a coalition with the Greens. I'm sure they see that, and I'm sure that, thankfully for them, it will not happen.
Well, I think you're probably right that won't happen. And, you know, as you say, the weight of votes going further and further to the inner city, that's what killed them last time. They can't win government from Marrickville and from Fitzroy Street in Melbourne, so I think this one's a dead duck. But I don't know if the Greens would say that was animal cruelty